All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Talk Show Live. My name is Simi Kenya, and of course, we have amazing show lined up for you. And my guest in studio this evening is one amazing guy with an amazing story that I want us to talk about right here on the Talk Show Live. Of course, this is a show that comes on your screen each and every Wednesday or Thursday from 5 p.m. Of course, live on our Facebook page, Simi Kenya, and YouTube channel, Simi Kenya TV. So if you're watching this show and you have not subscribed, you have not followed us on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a moment. Naona sahi tumeingia huko around 65,000 followers, of course. Let's hit 100. And how can we do that? By you taking a moment, following us on Facebook page, Simi Kenya, of course, and subscribing to our YouTube channel at Simi Kenya TV. So right about now, I want you to take a moment and do that. And before we go to that other side of the show, guys, make sure you share with your friends, because this is one bigger conversation. And we are about to go live, of course, with this amazing gentleman, Gerish Paul. Karibu sana.
Thanks, Sam.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yes, how are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you.
Guys have been waiting to hear this story.
Yeah.
And we are finally here.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, how long is your dry spell if you're watching this show? You know, the good thing about this show is that, Sisi, we talk about it.
Yeah.
We talk about it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about it as it is. So,
yeah.
Wacha watu watuongeze vitu za kukunywa hapa. So, just... So, the good thing about this show is that we talk about it. Where's the other? Seriously? Okay, we are already live. We are live,
Yeah.
So, guys, we talk about it. So, guys, how long is your dry spell? And what is the longest you can go without Longola? This amazing gentleman has an amazing story that I want us to hear. I want us to talk about, because one good thing about this show is that we entertain, we enlighten, and we educate.
Okay.
That is the main motive of this show. So today I want us to enlighten someone, I want us to educate someone, and of course I want us to entertain someone. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Gerish Paul live on the show. Karibu sana once again.
Thank you very much.
Maybe before we continue, you can introduce yourself and tell our guests.
Okay, my name is Gerish Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a men's mental health advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a trauma therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also slowly venturing into gospel music.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you are one of those Sifu Bwana.
Yeah.
You are an upcoming Sifu Bwana.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So when you talk about men's mental
health
advocacy,
yeah,
what does it entail?
Okay, most of the time when I say I'm a men's mental health advocate,
mm-hmm,
people have been thinking that I'm a medical practitioner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is not true.
Mm-hmm.
I joined advocacy
mm-hmm,
because of my story that I'm about to tell you.
uh-huh.
There are some experiences that I went through in life,
mm-hmm,
that subjected me to trauma,
mm-hmm,
into depression.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I was suicidal.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to commit suicide.
Mm.
Yeah, but then now when I got help,
mm-hmm,
then I can remember there's a time I came out and shared my story,
mm-hmm,
on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized so many people,
mm-hmm,
mostly men,
yeah,
were actually suffering.
Yeah.
So I became bold enough
from
now,
the same thing.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So I became bold enough now to start advocating for these people, as in speaking on their behalf.
Mm-hmm.
Because I realized through sharing of my stories,
Yeah.
then now somebody somewhere can come out.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the guy you saw me coming in with,
Yeah.
is actually my client,
Mm-hmm,
that saw me,
Yeah.
sharing my story,
Mm-hmm,
and reached out to me.
Yeah.
And that is how I started the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been reaching out. Okay, so several people have been reaching out to me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For the same thing, so that you can
So
help them.
generally, I deal with men's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
We are advocating for their good mental health.
Yeah.
And you realize that we men, we are not easy. We cannot. Sometimes it's not easy to speak about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Men prefer dying with their issues.
True.
Than speaking
It out, yeah.
Exactly. So now we came to realize that most of the time when you speak these things out, somebody like me, for example,
Yeah.
what made me to speak out is because I watched another person speak out. And I realized I was not alone. So
Yeah.
I also decided to join the advocacy, speaking out for these people. And that is what I do generally, helping people to overcome trauma, depression. But mostly I deal with men because as a man,
Yeah.
you know, I know where the shoe pinches.
True.
Exactly.
Wow. So when you talk about, so apart from the men's mental advocacy, we also have the trauma therapy.
Yeah.
What does it entail? Maybe before we go to the story.
Now, because of my story,
Yeah.
I went through trauma. I developed something medically called post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a medical condition, of course, but then now I was traumatized because of my past.
Yeah.
And I thought this is something I was just going to overcome just like any other thing. But then I realized the whole thing followed me up to last year. Up to last year is now when you can see Paul talking the way I'm talking to like this. Actually, at some point I was suicidal. I had decided to take my life away and forget about this earth because of trauma.
Okay.
But then now when God helped me and I became who I am now, I decided that nobody should die because of suicide and because of trauma. At least we should help them before
it gets to that point.
Exactly. So that is what it entails.
Wow.
Exactly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to go to the story. And before we go to the story, allow me to tell you about the best dental services that you need for your smile. Are you watching this show and you have any dental implants? I'm talking about tooth whitening, braces, tooth decay, root canal, or any sort of family dentistry. Ladies and gentlemen, there is only one dental clinic that is tested, certified, and approved to give you the best smile that you need, and that is Dr. Shem Rakewa Dental Clinic. Dr. Shem Rakewa Dental Clinic is located in Kisumu, that is Mega City Mall, that is ground floor next to Dazzly Barbershop. And they gave you amazing services that I've mentioned. And one good news and one good thing about Dr. Shem Rakewa Dental Clinic is that they accept all insurance covers. Maybe you're watching this show, but you don't have the money and the ability to get the service that you need, but you have a dental, you have a insurance cover, a medical insurance cover that you are using for your medication. You can use that to cater for your dental services. I'm talking about NHIF, APA, UAP, AON, Radisson, All Mutual, and all insurance covers. Visit Dr. Shem Rakewa Dental Clinic at Mega City, Kisumu ground floor next to Dazzly Barbershop each and every Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and get the smile that you've always wanted. You can also follow them on their social media pages to get their updates, their services, of course, their information and inquiries, or you can call them on their official number that is 0732 224624. Welcome to Dr. Shem Rakewa Dental Clinic, ladies and gentlemen, and get the smile that you've always wanted. So I want us to go to the story.
Yes.
Where did it all start?
Oh, the whole thing started at my maternal home, where I was born. Mom gave birth to me when she was in school, and then she left me with my grandmother. And I grew up knowing my grandmother as my mother. Now, I come from a polygamous home. We were very many grandchildren at my maternal home. Now, what happened? My grandparents were working. Literally, all the grandparents at home were working. So, being that we were many grandchildren at home, there's a nanny that was hired. One of the grandmoms hired a nanny to take care of her grandchildren. Now, because I was home, I used to join them. I was very young. See me, I was in class 1, class 2. So, this maid was a woman. In the afternoon, after coming from school, she would help us take bath. And after taking bath, me and another guy, we were in class 2. Then she would take us to some room, remain naked. And you know, those days, she was old enough. And we were young. So she's in a bath suit. You see her the way she is. And then she plays with our private parts. And then now forces you to have sex with her. You know, I used to wonder what was that.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to add 1 + 1 and it was not 2.
At that point, you don't know exactly
I didn't know what was that.
Yeah.
And then pole.
Yeah.
The thing happened for some time. And out of fear and also out of ignorance.
Yeah.
It is something I didn't talk about.
Yeah.
I kept quiet.
Yeah.
But I kept asking myself, what was that? Then my grandparents died. After they died,
yeah.
Of course, to me, I thought my parents had died.
Yeah.
But now my mom, who was like my elder sister, because I knew my mom was my elder sister, transferred me to one of our relatives in Siaya.
In Siaya?
Yes. So when I went to Siaya, I got sodomized.
So like when this was happening, where was the maternal home?
My maternal home is here in Kisumu. Yes.
So after this, now
I went to Siaya. Now in Siaya, I was sodomized. I was raped by a man. And that was one of the worst experiences of my life. I went to Siaya. One day, the person I was staying with, my auntie, fell sick. She went for treatment in Nairobi. Yeah. When she went for treatment in Nairobi, she went to talk to one of her relatives to release the son to come and help me take care of the home, because I was in class 4 at that time. This guy was in class 8. The days you were studying, being in class 8, somebody will have beards. Yeah. It's not like now. Yeah. So this guy came. He was older than enough, me. Yeah. Even his private parts had matured. Yeah. So he came. We studied. Of course, we knew each other, so I did not see any harm. Yeah. We slept on one bed. Then all of a sudden, at 3 a.m. in the morning, I felt like something strangling me. And I was in sleep, so I thought I was dreaming. Those kind of dreams whereby you dream and you suffocate inside the dream, thinking that you are inside the dream. It's the reality. Yeah. So I felt like something strangling me. And now when I woke up out of shock, I was thinking we were attacked by robbers. Then the guy was squeezing my neck, my head towards the pillow, and holding a knife with one hand. And she told me, you try to make a noise, I'm going to kill you. And then, I was shivering, trembling, you don't know what next. And then all of a sudden, he pulled my trouser, and I had extreme pain. Yeah. I felt extreme pain on my back. And trying to make noise, he covers your mouth, and you are struggling. Yeah. And then, of course, he raped me the first time. And then I lost it. I started bleeding, went unconscious. Then the guy tied my hand in my mouth and started penetrating me as much as he wanted. I think from 3 a.m. to around 5 a.m. in the morning. So when that happened, he left me in a pool of blood. He went to school. Personally, I couldn't go to school for a whole month. And you can imagine, we're in class 4. Yeah. Nobody's at home there to take care of you. You don't have anybody to talk to. Yeah. You don't have anybody to run to. Yeah. You are scared and traumatized. You are like, what is it that has happened to me? So this thing happened. I warmed myself with water for a whole 1 month. Yeah. But then from that time, I started hating myself.
So when you say for a whole month you didn't go to school, you are still here, and he was still here as well.
Okay, we were not coming from one home state. We were from one village. Yeah. But he's somebody I could see. Yeah. But anytime I see him, I used to cry. Yeah. And feel like I want to strangle him to death, but I'm young and you cannot do anything.
So he did it on this day.
Yes.
Then you are now home for 1 month. Yeah. He's going to school for this 1 month. Yeah. So did he continue doing it, or he just did it on this one day and then?
No, it was just that one specific occasion. Yeah. And then he couldn't come back. He didn't do it again. Yeah. The thing didn't happen again. But one thing that happened, the thing brought some of serious consequences in my life. Yeah. Now, having been introduced to sexual life by a maid through molestation. Yeah. And then now being sodomized by somebody you consider a relative. Actually, even the maid that raped me, because people don't believe that men get raped. True. And actually men get raped. Yeah. Men are not bold enough to come out and say I was raped, because other men may come out and start laughing at them and all that. But men get raped by women. Yeah. And even the maid that raped me, I actually came to realize she was my relative.
What?
So you can imagine I was subjected into sexual molestation by 2 different relatives.
Yeah.
One, a distant relative. The other guy also, the other lady also a relative.
Yeah.
So one of the effects of this thing is that I lost sexual interest and sexual desire. Not that I am not a man,
Yeah.
or that I cannot do what you do on bed. But generally, I used to see sex as something so distressful, something so painful, something so evil, something that I ought not to participate in. So I completely went off like that.
Yeah.
I remember one of my relatives joined us in CIA in 2008, and I was a bit mature now. And this guy was somebody who loved ladies.
Yeah.
So he used to wonder what is wrong with me, because we used to go to Disco Matangas those days.
Yeah.
He's not seeing me close to any man or close to any woman. And you cannot talk about what you're going through. But inside I was traumatized. I used to hate people. Like, I would see a man and think that this guy is going to rape somebody else or rape me the next minute. I used to see a woman and I'm like, this one will force somebody else into having sex with her. You see, some kind of like. So when this guy came, he tried introducing me into sex life.
Yeah.
And it did just work. The first time I tried having willful sex, fortunately or unfortunately, I had intimacy with a lady who was a virgin, had not known any man. So when I saw blood coming out of her, I got traumatized. I remember how I was raped, and I thought I raped her. And that is how I lost the whole thing. I ran from CIA. I didn't go back there.
That same day.
In fact, I ran from home. I didn't. I can remember I was in class 8. The second time and the third time, I was not in school. I had to come from Kisumu to CIA to go and do my exams.
Because of the incident.
Exactly. I was so traumatized. I was like,
you felt like you did.
I did to the lady exactly what had happened to me. And I felt very sorry. I felt very sympathetic to her. I felt like I'd done something so terrible to her. So from 2008 to 2020, just the other day when I got married.
That is 12 good years.
12 good years I had not touched a woman with my hands. I did not swim in the river between.
Guys, we are just having some candid conversation here with Mr. Paul himself. And of course, Paul, like you heard if you started watching the show, Paul is a men's mental advocate and of course trauma therapist. And he is doing this because of his story. Something he has gone through, something he has experienced, and he doesn't want anyone or anybody to go through the same thing, or anybody who has gone through this to have a better healing and of course a better ending of the same. And we are live here on the talk show just talking about it. We will be looking at your comments in the next few minutes, because this is one of the stories we've never done. I've had guests on this show, and of course many a times people find it hard to open up, to just talk about what they went through, and of course to have a candid conversation of what they have experienced. And I'm happy that you are here telling us about this story. You know, when you say that in your, let me say, a youthful age, or rather the teenage age, most youths are sexually active. And of course, that is where we call it the exploration stage. You want to try all that is entailed in intimacy and sexual intercourse. But you see, at this age, you have already run away from CIA, and you are just getting into the peak of your teenage life. And you have already run away from CIA. You are now in Kisumu because of an incident that has happened and relating to the experience that you had. How did you now find the next few years of your teenage, now that you are low on it? How did you go about it? Because at least I know you had friends who are exploring. Even maybe you are seeing people, you are going to school, high school, people are exploring, mafanki hapa na pale, and that interest is not there. How were you coping up? Was this not adding you more stress?
Actually, my life as a senior teenage was a distressful one. Because I can remember I had friends just the way you have said. And the first time,
Yeah.
I tried opening up about my story. I met a friend, just like maybe I've met you now.
Yeah.
We get used to each other. And then I think maybe I can open up to this guy to try and understand myself.
Yeah.
Or make him understand me so that as we do friendship,
Yeah.
he knows the person is working.
He's working so that hata kama mimi nitapata dem,
Yeah.
nisikuforce ama
Exactly.
nisikujudge mbona hauna dem.
So I was in Form 3.
Yeah.
And I met this friend. We became good friends.
Yeah.
Actually, Sammy, let me tell you something. Apart from that sex life that I did not participate,
Yeah.
I led also a very other brutal life in the hand of the person that I was staying with. Do you know I started drinking changa when I was in class 4?
After the second incident.
Exactly. And I started smoking bang when I was in class 4. And I became an addict.
Yeah.
So, because the person I was staying with,
the auntie,
yeah, we used to fight a lot until one day I said, auntie, you know what? I will nitakuwekea sumu kwa chakula tukufe wote. So she said, from today onwards, whatever I eat, you eat. So because she was taking alcohol, and I was the only child available at that time to go and bring that changa, there was this pombe that came. It was called Kenya Kings, and I don't know whether you saw them, King Extra. Maybe you didn't see them in your generation.
Yeah.
We were the pioneers of those things. So I used to go bring them.
Yeah.
And then
unaenda kumnunulia.
Exactly. When I come, I have to take like a quarter. And you know, kidogo kidogo kujaza kibaba.
Yeah.
Now I became addicted. I used to steal her money to go and
now buy
my own. Then I leave her to drink. When she's charged, I take my own. Now we are both high. So when I came to Kisumu now to start my senior teenage life, I met this guy. I tried opening up to this guy. And this guy went and told people in school that I'm gay.
Because you told him about the incident.
Exactly.
That happened.
He went and told our friends, the people we used to work with, talk with, associate with, like, you know, this is my friend, he is a gay. And do you know the kind of stigma I went through in school?
Yeah,
it was hell.
At that point, gayism is something that nobody wants to associate with.
An abomination.
Yeah.
So you come up with such kind of a thing. I was stigmatized in school, and people don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And anytime you try talking about something or commenting about something, wewe wacha, enda upigwe nyuma. I used to hear that kind of comments. It used to crush me.
Yeah.
I decided to quit school.
Yeah.
Not go to school again. I said to hell with school.
That was now in high school.
Exactly. I was in Form 3 now.
Yeah.
And then I opened up to one of my teachers who was very understanding. Actually, I've been looking for that teacher of mine and I've not found him. Just to thank him.
Yeah.
Because he talked to me.
Maybe you can give him a shout out. Almost watch this show. Maybe he's watching this show.
He's called Teacher Nicholas. I've been actually looking for you. I wish I will find you somewhere one day. If you're watching this show, maybe you can reach out to see me or reach out to me on my page.
Yeah, tutawapea number. Tumetag page pale. We'll also give them the number.
So, I talked to my teacher.
Yeah.
He counseled me, talked to me, encouraged me to be strong. But then somehow in between, I got into church. I was a Muslim actually.
Oh, at that time.
Exactly.
Like from childhood.
Exactly. So I joined the church.
Yeah.
I now got born again. And when I joined the church is when now I found some sort of comfort. Because now, even though I did not open up and talk about my issues, but now I had God on my side. And most of the time, I'm somebody that used to live in bitterness and in tears.
Yeah.
So anytime I will cry, now I will decide to cry to God. And I will relieve myself and feel peaceful. But, you know, the guy was still my friend, though now he was living another life that I was not living. So at some point, the mother adopted me. I went to stay with them. Even after school, even in the church, sometimes he just used to come up and tell people that I'm gay, even in the church. And life became a nightmare. So it reached a point I decided to get married to disapprove these people wrong. But you know, now I was getting married not because I wanted to marry. Actually, in my whole life, I never wanted to get married. I was very much comfortable, by the way, not doing anything with anybody sexually. But now in this case, I say, let me get married to prove a point. And I decided to get married. So I got a lady Yeah. My wife is not Kenyan. She's from outside the country.
Yeah.
So I got a lady. We got married.
Yeah.
And I really tried pushing that marriage. I did a wedding. I tried pushing that wedding so fast.
Yeah.
Within 4 months, that wedding had happened. I didn't date that lady. And the reason why I was doing that is because initially at the time I tried getting married.
Yeah.
And one of my sisters, let me say so, from the family I was adopted, went and told the lady that I was supposed to marry that you're going to get married to a gay.
So like the whole society or the people around you had now started judging you or
exactly seeing me as a gay.
And before we go to that marriage story and how you got married, there is this thing that I will really want our viewers, of course, and myself to know, is that now that throughout this teenage, all this has happened, you are now drinking and you are doing all these sorts of things. How did you feel when you saw these people who made you go through this thing? Or rather, maybe saa zingine safari imekupeleka Siaya ukaona yule jamaa, ama pengine saa zingine umeenda huko kwa shosh ukaona ama ukapata story, ama pengine ukiwa tu kwa ile nyumba and you get all that flashback. Ilikuwa inakupeleka aje and how are you managing?
Oh my goodness. That is why I told you I developed something called post-traumatic stress disorder. The guy that raped me, unfortunately, committed suicide some few years back and died. But before then, it was terrible. Because like when I went to do my exams when I was in class 8, and I met the guy, you know, I had serious relapse. I had all this bitterness and all this pain and all these suicidal thoughts and all these like, I really need to do something crazy to this guy. You see that? And even back at home, I was like, if I meet the woman that did this to me, I will do something so crazy to her. And it was not just...
Did you ever meet her?
Actually, we have never met. Okay, now when, I started talking about my story, I started making inquiries. Of course, I know where she is, but I've forgiven her. Even the guy that raped me, I have forgiven him, though he died, but I've forgiven him. I went to see her the other day. I met the family. And of course, the mother has now known the story. And we sat down. I told him things happen in life. And it is not the end of life. We have to move on. But before then, it was not an easy life. Because, the people that ought to have accepted you, given you some form of comfort, are the first people that rejected you. And they have gayized you. And this is Kenya. You see that? Even apart from that, the whole thing is uncultural. You can just imagine the environment. So, at some point, life was not just life for me. And then when you keep quiet also, when I kept quiet, you're not talking about these things. You are depressed. You are emotionally down.
It kills you.
It kills me
from inside.
Most of the time, I used to lock myself inside the house. And you don't even want to know somebody you're talking. Actually, my phone has been my friend for a very long time. I decide to listen to gospel music there. I decide to watch maybe a movie. Maybe I can watch... I decided to get something to keep me busy. You know that. And I also have some few businesses I'm doing. That has always kept me busy. But it has not been an easy life.
And for 12 good years, in your teenage and of course rolling up to a post-teenager, you are not having any sexual intimacy. You are not having anything, but the feeling is there.
Exactly.
I'm very sure at some point you will feel like you really need to do it or to just have sex despite what you went through. But you could still not do it. How are you managing? Or rather, what was putting you down to a point? Unajua unaweza kuwa like saa zingine umepitia but unajua huyu jamaa pia saa zingine inakasirika vibaya sana. Anakuambia bana, mimi hata kama ulipitia hiyo mimi nataka haki yangu. So how are you managing all this time for 12 good years?
That is a very good question. Because I know some youths are saying somewhere, I cannot last for 2 days like this.
Some were even saying, when we did a post, some were even saying that maybe ulikuwa karibu na Arimi's
I saw that kind of a comment. And I said, wow. But now, you know what happened? I don't want to use this term. but allow me to use it for now.
Let us, hapa tunaongeanga kila kitu.
There is a term that is known as asexual. Asexuality means having low sexual attraction towards any gender, or having no sexual desire at all. Now, that moment that I was raped, my sexual desire or thirst went. I was not having sexual relationship before joining the church. I was not having sexual relationship because of fear, because I was like, the whole thing is painful and traumatizing.
That's how you felt about it.
Yeah, because of the introduction part of it, how I was introduced to it. Now, but when I joined the church, let me say the fear of the Lord also helped me, because now I made a personal decision and I said, if I cannot fit the other side, let me now use my life to serve God. You see that?
Amen.
So they say the fear of the Lord is wisdom. So wisdom guided me in that area. I decided to respect myself. I told you when you were having a conversation that I had something called selfish self-control.
True.
Yeah. So I decided to have that kind of selfish self-control. Like I loved myself and I loved God. And to me, I decided like I'm not going to go the way the other people go. The reason why I decided so is because I knew I was not normal. You see that? And I knew very well that those who are doing those things, they have not experienced what I have experienced.
That's why they are doing that.
Exactly. So I was not going to judge myself based on what people are doing, and I was not going to judge people based on what I'm doing. I decided to understand myself and also to live in my own world. And I actually made it. I can tell you, see me, I made it proudly. I thank God for that. And when I got married, I had very serious problems in my marriage. Because now, again, I married a lady who had not known a man.
So you are like the same people.
Exactly.
You are birds of the same feathers.
Exactly.
So you flocked together.
So, on her part, of course, she was prepared that she was going to get married. And that was, she was prepared of everything. She is just a lady that feared God and was preserving herself. But for me, I was getting married because I wanted to prove a point.
Prove a point.
You see that?
Yeah, that you are active and hii kitu unaelewa sana.
Exactly. So when we came together and we got married, my marriage had serious problems the first 3 months because you don't want to touch her. I don't want to see her naked.
You still have that.
Exactly. I have that fear. The day I fell into post-traumatic stress disorder and I had brain lapse, actually I lost my memory because of stress and depression. She went and told my mom that, your son has not touched me for a month. And the whole thing, I felt like, now what is this? I was going to, exactly, now I'm going to embarrass myself. What are these people going to think and all that? And because of depression, I had brain lapse. Actually, I developed very chronic ulcers. I have been battling high blood pressure. And I went into the hospital for some time. We even parted ways for some time. I literally got lost. I was traveling from Kisumu to Kericho, and I found myself in Narok. I was only rescued by a stranger. That was on 21st of May of last month. Of last year. So, the whole thing was bad. But then, I thank God for my life right now. And I thank God for what I went through. That whole pain and that whole trouble that I went through made me now to seek help. The first step that happened, I went online actually and watched a story of somebody called Rick Spoit. He's one of the guys that has been guiding me through all this journey because he's also a rape victim. He's a man, but he's a rape victim. He was raped by a woman. And he faced serious consequences because of that. For him, he became hypersexual. Like he was now sleeping with any other woman there. So Rick took me through the whole story and made me to understand that I'm now married and how to go about the whole thing. And I thank God that my wife was very much understanding and very much patient. She did not judge me that quickly. And she also did not listen to the outside world. Because people used to tell her things, you have gotten married to a gay, your marriage will not work. It was hell. And let me tell you, at some point I was cyberbullied and it was bad on Facebook. I was trending. People like, you've left your wife and all that. But now when I went through therapy.
Yeah.
And I've been going through counseling. I rejoined with my wife.
Yeah.
And I can say I'm now comfortably in my house, in the boardroom and in the bedroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so tukimalizia, because naona sasa weather karibu ina change. Tukimalizia, the day you told, or rather when you told your wife the story, or when you told about the whole thing, how it started and everything, what was her reaction?
That day,
yeah,
she felt betrayed. She felt like she was living with a demon. But I made her to understand that it was not my fault.
Yeah.
That whatever happened, happened because I was helpless and I could not defend myself. And she understood me.
Yeah.
She accepted to go with me through the whole process. And we are happily married, I can say so.
Yeah.
Right now, we are happily married.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to every young man who is maybe going through the same thing, or who has undergone through the same thing and is feeling like the whole world is gone and the whole future is destroyed, how can you advise them, or how can you take them?
Now, one thing I want to say for this show, and I thank this show this much for this.
Yeah.
It is not, you will not lower your dignity as a man when you come out and say, I am in pain and I need help. Actually, the first step to getting help is accepting your pain and accepting that you need help.
Yeah.
And men fear stigma. Men fear public opinion.
Yeah.
Now I have shared with you my story.
True.
Have I died?
And of course, right now, even if someone tries to bring you down, they will be like, situlisha.
Exactly. You see that?
Yeah.
So it doesn't cost you anything for you to come out and say, like, I am in pain.
Yeah.
I have been suffering and I need help.
Yeah.
The moment you come out and accept that you need help, actually you will get help.
Yeah.
You see the guy that I came with here reached out to me through Facebook. We talked.
Yeah.
I've been taking him through therapy. He is now well. You can see how he was strong.
Exactly.
Has he died?
And you can't know.
You can't know what he went through.
All right. So I think we just need to wind up.
Yeah.
We'll have this story one day again.
Thank you.
But I just want you to also we've tagged Paul on our show, that is Gerish Paul. And of course, you can also reach him if you are going through this, or you have experienced this something, or you know someone who is going through this, and maybe they fear coming out or talking about what they are really going through. You can also reach out. Maybe you can just give them the number very fast.
Yeah, you can. They can get me through my Facebook page, Gerish Paul.
Yeah.
I'm also on Instagram and on Twitter as Gerish Paul, and also on YouTube. And my phone numbers are 9646 0077. They can WhatsApp me.
Yeah.
Sometimes, most of the time, I do therapy for free.
Yeah.
I counsel people for free. I don't charge because nobody charged me.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it as giving back to the community. So specifically, let men come out, talk about their issues, and let them seek help.
And now tukimalizia.
Yeah.
Siku ya kwanza sasa ulifanya ile sasa hii yetu ya
Simi.
Ulisikia namna gani?
Fantabulous.
After 12 good years.
Yeah.
You now did it. Na ukasikia ile mauta mu ulikuwa unamiss for 12 good years.
It is part of life now. Yeah. And thank God. Yeah.
So right now, make sure you do it thoroughly to compensate the 12 years. And I wish you well.
Thank you
so much for opening up. Kama si weather tungeendelea, unajua tunafanya show nje. So guys, we understand, but we'll bring you more of these stories so that you can enlighten, entertain, and encourage the society. Thank you so much. May God bless you. I've been your host. My name is Simi Kenya, alongside my guest in studio this evening, Gerish Paul. May God bless you. Follow him for more information on the therapy sessions and everything. May God bless you. Thank you so much, my producer Paulo. May God bless you. Thank you.